News Talk, 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you being here, and we appreciate you every day. Our next guest is from an organization you know a lot about, the Americans for Legal Immigration PAC. This is an organization that has done a lot on the issue of immigration. There are some real issues we have with this country right now, especially on these issues. And it's kind of funny. You know, I was at an event last night for Congressman Mo Brooks, and one of the things he mentioned was how ridiculous some of the attack ads have been in the Senate race. And I'm not talking about the ones against Mike Durant. At least the ones against Mike Durant seem to make sense. They were his own words. You can claim they were out of context and all this other stuff, but at least they were his own words. The stuff against Mo Brooks, that he's going to join ISIS or the Taliban, or he wanted to tear down the border wall, or all this other stuff. Just comically stupid stuff. I mean, just comically stupid stuff. But it is an attempt to, let's just put it this way, mislead stupid people into voting the way that Mitch McConnell wants them to. And you can look at the message yesterday by Donald Trump or the day before. That goes to show you just how easily people are misled. I've been told there are lots of people who think that Katie Britt is Mitch McConnell's candidate, but that's not true. Mitch McConnell doesn't like Katie Britt, which is, again, nobody believes. Nobody believes. The Americans for Legal Immigration, they've been fighting against illegal immigration and amnesty. Another person that's been doing just that, Congressman Mo Brooks. Congressman Mo Brooks has been doing just that. And William Gheen from the American for Legal Immigration PAC is here with us to talk a little bit about this race between Mo Brooks and Katie Britt. I don't know if you've seen the ad, William, but the ad from early on in this race implies that Mo Brooks is basically out there tearing down the border wall with his own hands. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous stuff here. But we shouldn't be too surprised, because the pro-immigration people love to try to paint their opponents as what they actually are, because they know it's wildly unpopular. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it's the projection lie. But two things real quick. When people hear the word PAC, it brings up a lot of negative connotation, especially in a state that's being bombarded with so many tens of millions of dollars of ads from super PACs. Mm-hmm. And I want everybody to know that ALIPAC, we are a small budget activist-based national organization that was founded by GOP primary voter campaign volunteers back in 2004. So we're not, when you hear the word PAC, we're not the big money PACs.
I thought, before you go any further, I want to make another clarification here, because I think that point you just made is a good one. And also ask yourself this question when you hear about PACs. Have you ever heard about the PAC before? That's the question I'll ask you. Have you heard about the Club for Growth? Yep.
Oh, yes.
Have you heard about this PAC right here, the Americans for Legal Immigration PAC? Yep. Have you heard of RINO PAC before? No.
Yes.
Some of these PACs are created out of thin air for specific messaging attacks, much like the RINO PAC. And all you had to do is look where the RINO PAC started. It started by attacking Mike Durant, and now it's attacking Mo Brooks. There you go. All you need to know. But know this, RINO PAC will disappear as soon as this election is over. Americans for Legal Immigration PAC, that's going to be around for a long time. There's another difference for you. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, let me just say something. Mo Brooks, from anybody who's actually looked at his record or kept up with his efforts in Washington, D.C., is considered to be one of the most conservative members of the American Congress. He is, if there was a dictionary, he would be the opposite of RINO in the dictionary. He has been conservative. I mean, of course, you can look at somebody's record and everybody will find something to nitpick that they disagree with him on, which is the same for anybody in politics, business, or your neighborhood. But Mo Brooks has probably been more consistently aligned with the Republican Party platform and conservative principles over the years than most other members of Congress. Numbers USA, who's another great group that monitors lawmakers on the immigration issue, ranked him number 1 out of 435 congressmen on immigration enforcement type issues. So when I've been online looking at comments under the low budget ads that we're running through Facebook into the state, and people saying, "Oh, Mo Brooks is a RINO," and it blows my mind that anybody in Alabama could say that about the most conservative member of the United States Congress, which is Congressman Mo Brooks.
The messaging is infuriating for people who actually understand what's going on, and for people who have been covering this, because nobody believes what's being said, and that's it's truly just a messaging game and nothing else. It's not about convincing people what the best strategy is or anything like that. It's just, how many ads can I buy and how many times can I say this before somebody believes it? And that's really where we are in this race. And you know what? It worked on it worked on the president of the United States. It worked on Donald Trump. I mean, that's the worst thing about the whole thing.
Listen, I know everybody loves to talk about Trump, and I'm just going to say there's endorsements Trump has made that I like, and there's a lot that he's made that I don't like, especially when he endorsed John McCain against our candidate, Dr. Kelly Ward, back in 2016. This election in Alabama, one of the so many important issues that directly impact the lives of Alabamians and all Americans. One of the least things that this election should be about is Donald J. Trump. We've got hyperinflation kicking in. We've got signs of collapse across our civilization. Cities spiraling out of control with violent crime, and the border wide open, and more illegal immigrants are rushing in to this country under Biden's assistance, Biden and Harris's border disaster, than ever before in our nation history. And to me, this is where I'm hoping to encourage. I'm on my way to Alabama in less than 48 hours. I'm coming to do my best to educate or inform voters about Mo Brooks' strong stance against illegal immigration, against amnesty, against foreign labor. That's one of the things that really dropped Mike Durant out of the race. You mentioned it. He got caught on a leaked video talking about expanding foreign labor and green cards, and we found out last month with a vote in a county in Georgia, there was a measure on the bill, somewhere north of 80% of GOP primary voters want all levels of immigration reduced, lowered. Now, that doesn't mean some of the factions within the GOP that, run some industries that like to make more money by hiring illegal labor, maybe some section of the donor class that makes money from illegal immigrants and increased foreign workers. But Mo Brooks, if he had not, Jeff Sessions too, I got to mention Jeff Sessions, because every week that we fight against illegal immigration and against amnesty on a national level, we miss having Jeff Sessions in the United States Senate. And there's been no one like him since he went. The reason it's so important, folks, please understand that there are people out there in Alabama today that still have a job, that still are alive, because Senator Jeff Sessions and Representative Mo Brooks stopped amnesty legislation that would have already turned tens of millions of illegal aliens on U.S. soil into straight Democratic Party voters. That we wouldn't be having this conversation anymore. If you're lucky enough to be voting in the GOP primaries of 2022 like it means something, because it does, it wouldn't mean anything if those amnesty bills had passed. The Democrats already completely control states like California, and they're on the verge, numerically, of completely controlling the United States coast to coast in the same way because of imported voters. It's not just imported workers for big businesses the Republicans like. It's imported voters that we know will vote over 90% straight Democratic Party ticket, and there's nothing Republicans, if a Republican comes along and says, oh, these people, some of them are Hispanic from Catholic conservative backgrounds in Central America, they'll vote our way on this issue. Never going to happen, never has happened. Look at what Reagan's amnesty in 86 did to California, turned a red state purple and went blue in 92, and it's never been back, except for Bush's second term after 9/11 when he was riding high. So,
and to take it a step further, I mean, all you have to do is look at the border right now, the border counties and border districts right now. They're turning red right now, not because of the influx of people from other countries who are going to vote Republican. It's because the people that are legal, Hispanic and otherwise, that live there are pissed. They're tired of this. They don't want to be the dumping ground for the world's problems. And while the people who cross that border are going to dissipate throughout the United States, they're still going to stay roughly where they are, and they're going to stay near their home country. And that's why these people are so pissed about that.
Well, and Alabama is one of those states where you guys might still be able to elect a Republican for dog catcher for a few more years if amnesty had passed. And listen, there are very few safeguards in place out there to prevent illegals from registering and voting, and we have 72 different documented examples of widespread participation in U.S. elections by non-citizens, including illegal aliens, already. But Republicans, conservatives, Christians, anti-social, anybody who's against socialism, people who stand up for the right to life or stand for gun rights or against illegal immigration, all of us get permanently neutralized through amnesty legislation that Representative Mo Brooks and Senator Jeff Sessions both were absolutely instrumental in stopping from passing. And that is a very important message. So whatever your issues may be, maybe you didn't like Mo's vote on this, maybe you didn't like this ad, maybe you got a bunch of mailers paid for by tens of millions of dollars that Mitch McConnell is pouring into the state of Alabama to elect Katie Britt. Maybe these things affected you, but beneath that, there's core issues that, Republicans, you still matter because of people like Mo Brooks. And if you send him to the United States Senate, not only is he going to be a vote for your interests out of Alabama, Mo Brooks is a game changer. There's a reason Mitch McConnell doesn't want Mo Brooks, because Mo Brooks is a man of principle, and he can't control him. And so, and Katie Britt, there's things that she's saying about immigration that we like to hear, but she has no record on these things like Mo Brooks has a record that we can actually analyze and say, Mo Brooks has shown us that he is against importing more foreign workers that are often being trained to replace their American workers for lower wage rates. Mo Brooks has shown us he stood against amnesty and not just voting against it, but standing up and fighting against it. There's a couple other things. We are running ads on Facebook at William Gheen of Americans for Legal Immigration on Facebook. We're very concerned about Katie Britt's supportive comments by the outgoing Alabama Democratic Party chairman about her helping elect Democrat Doug Jones or something along those lines.
Yeah.
He didn't say elect specifically, but I've read the tweet, and it looks far more cuddly than I like my Republican candidates to be with the Democratic Party. And then also the fact that it appears that 1819 News, Jeff Poore documented in an article that both Katie Britt and her husband Wesley supported Black Lives Matter on Blackout Tuesday with social media posts of the black squares. I know a lot of people probably remember when that happened because you turned on it was right after the George Floyd situation, and you turned on your Facebook or social media and saw a bunch of people posting these black squares in support of the Marxist and violent organization known as BLM.
Oh, it's funny. All the stuff that we saw, all these things you're referencing, all this stuff is sort of like a laundry list of reasons to be somewhat skeptical. And really, it comes down to, who do you trust more? Do you trust Mo Brooks or do you trust Katie Britt? And, you just laid out about 20 different things, and all of them are true. I mean, look, the thing about Wade Perry, the executive director of the Democratic Party, to hear Katie Britt's campaign tell that that's a conspiracy to help Mo Brooks. See, they want you to think that Democrats love Katie Britt, but really Democrats love Mo Brooks, and it's just laughable. Donald Trump and the whole, not Mitch McConnell's candidate. Mitch McConnell wanted Mike Durant. Just all this stuff. All of this is deception. I mean, that's the real issue here with me. It's about deception. One guy is about as straight up as you can possibly be, and his name is Mo Brooks. On the other hand, there is a sleight of hand going on that is required to get you to believe some of the things being sold. And I like that you guys are in the mix saying we're not going to be a part of this. William Gheen, thank you very much. Americans for Legal Immigration PAC, they're leading the fight against illegal immigration and amnesty. I'll give you the last word here.
Hey, thanks so much. Look forward to meeting a lot of folks in Alabama soon. And if anybody out there is willing to learn more or help us with our mission, we are at ALIPAC.us. That's alipac.us. Or find me, William Gheen, Gheen, over on Facebook. And please pay. I believe if the Alabama voters really dig in for themselves and look at both Katie Britt and Mo Brooks, they will vote for Mo Brooks on June 21st.
All right, there we go. William Gheen, thank you very much to him for coming on the program and giving his organization's perspective here. I think it's an interesting one. Thank you so much to him. This segment of the program brought to you by my friends over there at Mr. Appliance. Yes, Bill and the guys over there at Mr. Appliance are ready to help you fix your appliances. They will provide you with skilled, affordable service on your schedule. You got household appliances. They play a major role in your life. They help you remain comfortable, quickly handling a variety of tedious tasks. Now, look, it can be easy to forget how much our appliances do for us, but it becomes clear very quickly when they break down. Look no further. Don't go buy a new one. There's no reason to put that money out. Find yourself great service. Get it done promptly. MrAppliance.com. Ask yourself this. How many times have you seen on the side of the road a washing machine? What do you think happens with that thing? I can tell you what happens. Some guy in a pickup truck comes and picks it up. He fixes it and either uses it or sells it. Why? Because these machines are not meant to be thrown away the second they stop working. Have someone who knows how to fix it come fix it. Give it a second life. Save yourself time. Save yourself money. Have your new appliance repaired. Yep, MrAppliance.com. Check them out today. MrAppliance.com.
This is the Dale Jackson Show.
News Talk, 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. And good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. If you'd like to weigh in, a couple ways to do so. Bullet Barrel Shot Line, 866-494-WVNN, 866-494-9866. Also, gigaparts.com, instant reaction. Tweet us, Facebook us, at the Dale Jackson, or the scoutpestcontrol.com, WVNN hot take text line, 925-494-9866. Look, whatever you think about this race for the United States Senate, which has been horrible, whatever you think about it, just understand this. There is one side of this story that is giving you the unvarnished truth. It's not pretty, it's not ugly, but it is reality. The other side is telling you things like, look. Mitch McConnell is not for Katie Britt. Look. She did not support the gas tax, even though she's clapping while the gas tax is passed. Look. Yes, Wade Perry, the executive director of the Democratic Party, said that she was a great help during 2017, but she totally wasn't. You see all of this, and forget about what she stands for or what type of United States senator she's going to be and all this other stuff. She's going to get her chance if she wins to show you. But just look at the campaigns. Okay? I mean, just look at them. Mo taxes? Anyone buy that? No. Why would you buy that? Why would you believe that? Why would that be something that makes you go, okay, that makes sense when you know it's not true? Just look at the two campaigns and ask yourself, what is the overarching story here? What is it? We got two candidates that I think are acceptable. You got two candidates that I think will be decent senators. You got two candidates here, but the campaigns that are being run are two totally different campaigns. One is a guy that has pissed off people his entire life because he tells it like it is. Okay? That's what you know about him. The other is telling you that everything you know about that guy is not true. That's your takeaway.
Dale Jackson.